Hello all. Look, I built a warehouse because I thought I need somewhere to store stuff, but the problem is you can only go so far with chests. I mean, if I just grab a chest, let's just say I built this. Yep, so you got your double chest. You can only hold so much, can't you? You can hold, well, that much. And you have to label them with big signs to tell you what's inside, and if there's a block over the top, you simply can't open the chest. Or you can. What? Well, God, that's that demonstration out the window. Well, let's get rid of that chest because it's useless. Now, I've built this wonderful warehouse, and I've got a number of storage options that I thought I could use as opposed to chests, or normal wooden chests. So, I think I'll start with these lovely golden chests over here. I can hear an Enderman outside. God. So, what's the difference between these and wooden chests? Well, let me demonstrate. So, these are in tiers. So you've got your wooden chest, which is there. And if you take this and surround it with iron in a crafting table... God, I really should have prepared that earlier, shouldn't I? But, yeah, take it and surround it in iron ingots in a crafting table, and you get an iron chest, which is the same size as a double chest, but only takes up one block. Right? And then surround that iron chest in gold, and you get one of these. God. Got all that space. Man, you could fit everything in there, like, I don't know. Stacks and stacks of chain chest plates. I mean, look at all these. They'll just all fit in there. I can have as many as I like. Oh man, the amount of loot you could fit in here. Dear me. Now, normally, these would look just big normal chest with gold. And normally you just put signs above them to let you know what was inside, wouldn't you? Simple enough. But, again, takes up room on the wall that could be used for something else. So instead, the option is to have a little label on the front there. And if you shift click on this without anything in your hand, you get this. And what you can do, since that chest's full of chain chest plates, put a chain chest plate there, and look at that! You just see the little item on there. I think because I've got fast graphics on, it's sort of going weird and clipping through. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh god. Also I've got Optifine on for whatever reason. Fancy. Yeah, there we go, so it's sort of... yeah, it looks a lot better with fancy graphics. So that's that, and if I wanted to put diamond swords in this chest, you have to shift click it with an empty hand, but there you go. And that chest would be full of diamond swords, or indeed any kind of sword. Isn't that nice? So that's one option. So I have a massive golden chest, that's the iron chest mod. And you can have all sorts of different chests, as you can see up here. So, copper chests kind of useless because they're smaller than wooden chests, so we'll get rid of that piece of junk. Silver chests, slightly smaller than these golden chests, but they're a bit cheaper as well, because I think silver's a lot easier to find than gold. And then you've got the diamond chest, which I've just spawned in another of, which is just massive. You can fit anything in there, good grief. And then, finally, the crystal chest, which doesn't need a label, because, oh, it's raining. If I was to put in, say, eggs, I don't know, milk, just dump them in there, and look, you can see them inside. Isn't that nice? So that's one storage option that I thought I could use in my warehouse. That's a lot of space there. But as I said before, or at least as I thought was the case, if you do put a block above one of these chests, suffice to say, it just won't open. Just won't have any of it. So that's that. Now, if you needed a full wall of storage space, you could try one of these. It's the same size as a normal wooden chest, double chest, but it stands upright. Put a block on top, oh, opens fine. Put a block in front, still opens fine, okay. But these are pretty good. I suppose you could use them if you were having like a work environment and you just want to put a load of lockers in. Pretty nice. You can have, they do stack and you can have them in one or two. It's a little bit bugged, so you have to do it from the ceiling if you want to have linked up lockers. But hey, pretty nice. You know, sideways chest, essentially. Can't have them in gold flavours, but, you know, pretty cool. Now, here's something that's less for storage and more for like display purposes. So if I just grab some cool stuff like, I don't know, gold block, stone slab I don't want, jukebox, pumpkin. Now, right click on here, look at that, just pops it on, and right click on the thing that's on there and it pops it off again. Simple. It's a bit tricky to get to the top levels if you've got a higher up shelf, but look at that. Also the pumpkin's wrongly rotated, that's a bit odd. No one. So, it doesn't have to be blocks either, it can be mushrooms. Just pop a mushroom on there, flower. There we go. You can even put a locker on there and a label. You can't label the label, and if you shift click then you can choose what's on there, so stone slab and stone. Isn't that good? Maybe you can even have, oh god yeah, you can have monster spawners on there. Slightly worried by that actually, I don't want monsters just spawning at random. And of course, fire. Now, you may have noticed these are sort of a scruffy, quote-unquote, option, because, well, the idea is you're just supposed to be able to pile them up and have loads of stuff just lying about, like you've just moved into a new house. So, the more you put on top of each other, or the more you put next to each other, the more space you get. To start with, you get a piddling amount of space. If you put two next to each other, you get a small amount of space. 3, and that's the most you get. But, you can put more and more together. It has to be in sort of cube shape or else it'll just pop off. Like that. But all these boxes have shared storage. So, if I just build this up a little bit. There we go. So that doesn't look like it's got any more storage. However, let's just assume I've just been on a raid of a bed factory. I don't know. I've just got a load of yellow wool, you know. I think this is how it works. I haven't actually tried it out yet. Professionally. Load of yellow wool, loads of end portals, you know. As you do. Silverfish stones. Yep. Melons. There we go. So blocks and blocks and blocks. Loads of fire. Now you can keep adding stuff. You can't see it, but... no. I'm not really sure how to get it out either. But the thing is, because it's meant to be so disorganised, when you go back in it's all randomised. So I've just get rid of some of these so I can demonstrate a bit better. Detector rails, pistons, and stone brick. Stone slab, I don't know. Scarecrows. Right, so that's the order that they're in. So remember this. Now if I go to a different chest, look, it's all in a completely different order. And the more stuff you add, when it looks like it's full, it'll fill up this little bar at the top. So we can keep adding this stuff. And because we've got so many boxes, that's not going to fill up particularly quickly, but I'm sure it'll be enough for a demonstration. So if I go back in now, you can see all these sandstone slabs here. So that's the thing, if you just need somewhere to store stuff dead quick, I think it's made out of planks and sticks. Somewhere to store stuff, it's, well, it's pretty good that. You can have it in various different shapes as well, but it will go a bit funny if it's not in a certain shape. It'll just start popping bits off and it'll go a bit funny. Now as you can see, this is the bar at the top's getting a lot more full because I've just made this a lot smaller. And now it's all popped out. That was the BetterStorage mod. And there's a little bit more from BetterStorage actually. I will show you, I'll just leave that there. So I've got all these here. I don't think these look particularly nice. They're not very good for a warehouse situation. So, for something a little bit nicer, we could have these little things, courtesy of Jam's Furniture Mod, Jammy, whatever it is. And just store well, you don't get to store a right lot in a cupboard. But you know, if you just need to put a little bit of stuff in a room, then can't complain really, can you? 8 boxes, you can fill it up with some, I don't know, buckets of water. Perfect. You just need some water buckets in a particular room. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. Weird noises appearing in your warehouse. You've also got these little things which you can fill with buckets of lava. You get one more storage slot. One more storage slot in these, which is pretty damn good. And you've got these things as well on the top, which are not necessarily for storage of any item. They're another Bibliocraft thing, and they let you store. Just hang on a moment. If I grab myself a bunch of books and quills. Bunk. Quite why you'd need so many, I have no idea, but you might be keeping a Minecraft journal or something. Now, I've got a book and quill in my hand. Right click. Oh, it's on the bookshelf. Isn't that impressive? And you can put stuff on manually as well, like this. There we go. And this is fully compatible with Mistcraft as well if you use that. So you can store all your ages and your descriptive books in here. Oh, Bibliocraft's pretty good mod. I'll go into more depth with that at another stage. But that's a good way to store books. That's a really good way to store books because it doesn't really take up a lot of space. And you get a lot of storage out of it. And you just see how many books you've got, and it looks pretty cool as well, doesn't it? I mean, if we just compare it to the bog standard bookshelf, I mean, it's just a block, isn't it? Unfortunately, these don't do anything to enchantment tables, but they do look cool. And they do work with Mistcraft. Something else that works with Mistcraft, incidentally, and something that I'll go into at a later date, is the desk. Which again, simply for storing books on, but something you can do. Just plop books there, it looks pretty cool. I'm trying to write in the book and it's not working. Now, you'll see these books open here. If I right click on it, you can write in your book while it's on the desk. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, that's a story for another time, I think. Right. I'll just go into a little bit more depth with BetterStorage. So what you can do, just bring up chest. You've got all these particular reinforced chests. What are these for, you may ask? Well, you can plonk 2 down, does attach together, and I think they work on top of each other as well. Yeah, that's good. So, they don't store, I think that's more than a normal large chest. Yeah, that's a lot more. But the thing is, whereas a normal chest just breaks in a matter of seconds, well, now noticed, this thing ain't breaking, son. And that's the idea behind it. You get unbreakable chests, or almost unbreakable chests. I mean, if I took a pickaxe or an axe to it, I don't know which it is. It's either axe or pick. Must be axe. Anyway, they're not completely unbreakable, but they are very tough. Extremely tough, in fact. So if you're in a war situation, PvP thing, you can just have a load of these and nobody will be able to see your stuff, which is perfect. Now, should somebody try and get in, well, they can just get in, can't they? So what you can do there is have a lock and a key, and then what you do is you stick your lock on there, and I've not done it right, have I? You can't just spawn locks in, you need to have a particular key. Right. And that lock is bound to that key, there we go. You can see the little number there. So now, if I put a lock on this chest, I can get into it with this key, but I can't get into it normally. There we go. It's pretty good, isn't it? Now, let's just make a few more keys and a few more locks, shall we? So combining a key with certain things like iron or lapis makes different colours of keys, so you can keep track of which key is which. Now, I've got a lot of keys in my pocket now, so what I do, I think if you right click on the key ring, no? Hang on a sec. Right, so you get your key ring out, shift right click, and then you can just stick keys onto it. And now the keyring will open any of these chests, apart from that one because that one's got a broken lock on it. I don't think there's any way to get the lock off once you've put it on, other than breaking the chest. And I think possibly the only way to break it is to use ICBMs. So there you go. That's a pretty good storage solution. And finally, a couple more things. We could have an armour stand and a tool rack. We'll have a few of these. Nice spruce tool rack. And a few tools. If I was using, Tinker's Construct, then these tools would be a lot more precious to me. But they're just bog standard diamond tools. Yeah, who needs them? Anyway, let's just grab my tools. Now, I don't know where I'm going to put them. I'm certainly not going to put them in there because, well, that's just a chest, isn't it? It's boring. I'm going to put them up here instead. Look at that. If you want to get them down, just right click and it comes down. It's probably better to have it like at your head height so it doesn't, you don't have to jump up to get it. Anyway, that's a nice decorative way to store your tools. And it does work with mods like Tinker's Construct as well. I haven't tried it with that many mods, but it does work with like bronze tools and all that, industrial craft, you know. And I believe this does as well. This works with modular power suits at any rate. So if we just grab some diamond armour. Now, assume just come in from a long trek. Oh, your armour's all sweaty. Ugh. So you pop it on your armour stand, and then you can look. Well, that can look fabulous. You won't, because you just got your rubbish skin on then. But you know, it's just a nice way to display all your stuff. As are the labels on the shelves. And there we go. That was storage options. My frankly quite messy warehouse now, but that's how a warehouse is supposed to be, isn't it? That was Mod College. I know we weren't actually in the college today, but we will be next time, promise. And I shall see you then. Goodbye.